The smell reaches Friedrich before he enters the chamber. It is a smell he has learned to recognize over 11 months of service, a combination of old blood and fresh sweat, and something else, something acrid that burns the back of the throat. The torches along the corridor create shadows that move like living things against walls stained with substances he has trained himself not to examine closely. He is 26 years old. He is a notary, trained in Latin and German, employed by the Prince Bishop of Bamberg to document legal proceedings with the precision that ecclesiastical law demands. His father held this position before him. His grandfather held it before that. 3 generations of men who wrote down what happened in rooms like the one he is about to enter. His hands are steady as he adjusts his writing materials: quill, ink, parchment, the tools of his profession. His face is composed into the neutral expression that notaries cultivate, the look that suggests he is merely recording events rather than participating in them. His stomach is empty because he learned during his first week that eating before documentation sessions leads to difficulties he prefers to avoid. The door opens from inside. A guard gestures him forward. The chamber is perhaps 30 feet across, the ceiling low enough that the larger guards must duck beneath support beams. The walls are lined with implements that Friedrich can identify by name and function because identifying them is part of his job. The strappado pulley hangs from the central beam, its rope dark with use. The rack occupies the far wall, its wooden frame worn smooth by generations of bodies. The boots, the thumbscrews, the pincers, the iron chair with its heating apparatus, all of it arranged with the careful organization of a craftsman's workshop. In the center of the room, suspended from the strappado rope with her arms twisted behind her back, hangs a woman. She is perhaps 45 years old. Her name, according to the documents Friedrich reviewed before entering, is Anna Pappenheimer. She is the wife of a traveling toilet cleaner, a woman of no particular status or wealth, a woman who would be entirely unremarkable except that 17 days ago, a dying thief confessed under torture that she had taught him magic and that she flew through the night to Sabbaths where witches coupled with demons. The thief is dead now. He was executed 3 days after his confession, but his words created a chain of accusations that has already consumed 11 people in Bamberg and shows no sign of stopping. Anna's face is barely visible through the swelling and the blood. The inquisitors have been working on her for 6 hours, according to the guard's log. She has not yet confessed. This is unusual. Most accused witches confess within the first 2 hours. The strappado alone, the sensation of arms being pulled from their sockets while the body's weight drags downward, is usually sufficient to produce whatever words the inquisitors want to hear. The addition of the other implements typically accelerates the process further. Anna has resisted for 6 hours. Friedrich takes his position at the small desk that has been placed against the wall for his use. He arranges his materials with the automatic precision of long practice. He notes the date, the 29th of July, 1600, the time, the names of the officials present, the condition of the accused. He does not note what he thinks about any of this, because notaries do not record their thoughts. Notaries record facts. Facts are what the inquisitors speak. Facts are what the accused confesses. Facts are what Friedrich writes down and signs and files in the archive, where these documents will be preserved for future reference. The chief inquisitor approaches the suspended woman. His name is Dr. Ernst von Ehrenberg, a legal scholar educated at Ingolstadt, an expert in demonology who has personally overseen the prosecution of over 200 accused witches during his career. He is 53 years old. He is holding a pair of iron pincers that have been heating in a brazier. "We will resume," he says. Anna makes a sound that might be prayer or might be something else. Her eyes are swollen nearly shut, but Friedrich can see that she is looking at something beyond the chamber, beyond the walls, beyond the men who surround her. Dr. von Ehrenberg positions the pincers. Friedrich's quill touches parchment. The next sound Anna makes is not prayer. What you are about to learn has been sanitized, minimized, and euphemized for 5 centuries. The witch trials that swept through Europe between 1450 and 1750 killed an estimated 50,000 people. Some historians argue the number exceeded 100,000, and subjected hundreds of thousands more to procedures that modern legal systems would classify as torture without hesitation. The popular imagination reduces these trials to simple ignorance. Superstitious peasants burning old women who kept cats and muttered to themselves. The reality was systematic, bureaucratic, and operated according to detailed protocols that specified exactly how accused witches should be examined, questioned, tortured, and executed. Tonight, you will learn what those protocols actually contained, how accused women were stripped naked before rooms full of men and examined for devil's marks that proved their guilt, how professional witch prickers traveled from town to town, earning money for each witch they identified, using retractable needles that guaranteed they would always find the marks they were paid to discover, how sleep deprivation was used systematically, with accused witches kept awake for days until their minds broke and they confessed to whatever their interrogators suggested. You will learn about the strappato, the rack, the boots, the heated chairs, the water torture, the thumbscrews, and the other implements that the Inquisition employed with methodical precision. You will learn that the accused were required to pay for their own torture, that families were billed for the wood used to burn their relatives, that witch hunting became an industry with economic incentives that guaranteed its expansion. You will learn about specific women: Anna Pappenheimer, Katharina Henote, the mayor Johannes Junius, who was himself accused, and who wrote a secret letter to his daughter describing what was done to him. You will learn what happened to their bodies, their families, their communities. You will learn why the trials spread like contagion, why they consumed tens of thousands of people, why they continued for 3 centuries before finally ending. You will learn about the children who were encouraged to accuse their parents, the neighbors who testified to save themselves, the confessions that named dozens of fellow witches, each name generating a new arrest, a new prosecution, a new set of torture sessions, a new execution, the machinery of accusation that fed itself until entire communities were consumed. If you want to understand what human beings are capable of doing to each other when authority provides permission and procedure provides justification, subscribe now and comment below telling me where in the world you are watching from. Because these women were real. Their suffering was documented with bureaucratic precision, and the records survived because notaries like Friedrich wrote down everything. Anna Pappenheimer is still hanging from the strappato rope. Dr. von Ehrenberg is still holding the heated pincers. Let me tell you what happens next. The theological foundation for the witch trials was established in 1486 with the publication of the Malleus Maleficarum, the Hammer of Witches. Its author was Heinrich Kramer, a German Dominican friar who had been prosecuting accused witches for years with mixed success. Local bishops often dismissed his cases. Secular authorities questioned his methods. His obsessive focus on women's sexuality disturbed even other inquisitors, who were generally comfortable with harsh interrogation techniques. Kramer wrote the Malleus to provide theological and legal justification for what he wanted to do. The book was comprehensive, running to over 200,000 words in its complete form. It addressed every conceivable objection to witch prosecution, provided detailed instructions for identifying witches, described appropriate torture methods, and explained why women were particularly susceptible to demonic influence. The book's arguments about women are explicit. Women are intellectually weak, Kramer argued. They are emotionally unstable. They are carnally insatiable, driven by lusts that make them easy targets for demons who offer sexual satisfaction in exchange for service. The word femina meaning woman, Kramer claimed through false etymology, derived from fe, meaning faith, and minus, meaning less. Women had less faith than men. Therefore, women became witches more frequently. This reasoning was circular, self-serving, and enormously influential. The Malleus Maleficarum went through at least